The Human Dolls of Anatoly Moskvin. Anatoly Moskvin is a Russian former journalist, college professor, and self-dubbed necropolist with expert knowledge of cemeteries. For years, his hobby of collecting dolls hid a macabre obsession that drew upon his particular interests, digging up the dead and making dolls out of their corpses. After making his human dolls, he kept them in his home as his companions and lovers. "I kissed her once, then again, Moskvin wrote about one of his dolls, made from the body of an 11-year-old girl. Police finally caught Moskvin in 2011, after years of increasing suspicion at the growing number of desecrated graves in his home city of Nizhny Novgorod. When they searched his home, they found 26 life-size dolls, or rather, mummified corpses, scattered throughout. The 25-year captivity of Blanche Monnier. When French authorities received an anonymous tip in 1901 that a woman was being held prisoner at an aristocrat's house in the city of Poitiers, they sent out officers to search the home. Behind the locked door of the pitch-black attic, they found a skeletal middle-aged woman lying on a straw mattress laden with her own excrement while insects and rotting food littered the floor. The room's odor was so rank that officers couldn't even continue their investigation, but they were able to learn that the 55-pound woman still clinging to life after 25 years trapped in that same room was named Blanche Monnier, and that her captor was her own mother. Victorian postmortem portraits. Life expectancies in Victorian England were tragically low due to the high frequency of disease and lack of proper medical treatment. And because photography was extremely expensive, most people were never able to get their portrait taken. So, when young children passed away, their parents often dressed them in their finest clothes to sit for their first portrait, creating eerily lifelike images of kids who had already been gone for days. The trophy heads of the Maori. Long before Europe colonizers arrived in New Zealand, the native Maori people were preserving the severed heads of the fallen. Known as mokamokai, the heads were chopped off, boiled, smoked, dried in the sun, and dipped in shark oil before being displayed or paraded around like trophies. But when the British moved in during the 1840s, they soon pillaged the mokamokai for themselves. Major General Horatio Gordon Robley, featured in this creepy old picture with his collection, who served in the British Army during the New Zealand Land Wars in the 1860s, was particularly fascinated by the Maori and stole at least 35 heads for himself.